Hey guys, Lewison here.
Hey McLellan.
I want to talk to you today about the fear of investing. Investing can be scary. Who likes to be investors? Everyone wants to be an investor. Everyone likes the idea of being investing, but at the same time, lots and lots of people are scared of investing. So the stats in Australia are that under 10% of the population own one investment property. That's one investment property. Now you drastically reduce those numbers further for those who own two or more investment properties. And the reason for that, it's pretty scary, it's frightening out there. Cam, do you want to talk about?
Oh no, just to put it in perspective, when you get down to people who own 6 or more properties, and this is produced by the Australian Bureau of Statistics through numbers through the ATO, people who own 6 or more properties comes down to, I think it's about 15,000 people, just above, so about 0.0006 of the population. My O's might be wrong there, but put it in perspective, if you fill the MCG, 100,000 people, in there, if you try and find people who have a decent portfolio and you speak to every single person in the MCG, about 60 odd people will have 15 or more property, will have 6 or more properties, sorry. So out of those 60 people, they're going to give you a great story. Investing's fantastic. Most of the other 100,000 people are going to be dream crushers. Now, dream crushers is probably one of the biggest fears, and that's really people who would like to invest themselves but don't have the motivation and don't have the stomach to actually go out and do the research and make smart investment choices, and they love to knock you down.
If you use Kev's example there, you go to the MCG on grand final day, 100,000 people, you're trying to find the 60 people who can give you a positive story, you're pretty pummeled by the time you randomly bump into those 60 people, and you've definitely given up because it's too frightening, too hard, and you're frightened off. It happens every day though. You go to a family barbecue, you talk to your uncle, he's got a horror story. You go to work, you talk to somebody, they've got a horror story. The reason is they're not smart investors following the process.
I'll give you a really good one. So the media is probably the worst piece of, the worst. So the media, the only thing they are after is selling newspapers or selling headlines. So it's either boom and you can't afford property, or bust and the bottom's fallen out of the market. So I'll give you a bit of, I've printed out an article, I love this article. So the article is, and we know Sydney's gone through the roof over the last period of time, and they were due for that. They had 12 years of sitting flat, and now they're obviously starting to peter off a bit. Sydney's soaring land prices are turning young dreams of owning a home into a nightmare. So just a few snippets. A young man with 3 children this week uttered the joke, what become a standing house price? The only bit of dirt I'm going to own is the one I'm buried in. It goes on, there's lots of different things in here about local ministers saying it's unaffordable, young homeowners may as well give up on the dream, the year of the angry home seeker. I'll give you an understanding. It's got a couple of prices in here actually, which is surprising. It showed the average price on a house and land in Sydney is now $18,995 against Melbourne, which is $11,380. So this article was printed in Herald Sun, December 13, 1970. So we hear the same dribble back in 1970 as we do now. The reality is income shifts, house prices shift, the economy strengthens, economy slows, government reduces lending, and the cycle moves around. So you're going to get dips and bumps along the way. We're looking at investing over the long term, and that takes the fear out of investing.
But what can you do? So you have a plan and you're sitting there to yourself thinking, I want to get ahead and my vehicle will be property. You need to be very clear about understanding your reasons, have a big vision about why you want to get there, and educate yourself, understand why, avoid the risks, and head out on your journey, and not listen to the naysayers.
Block your ears to the white noise. Cheers, guys.